The previous tutorial explained entity definitions and inheritance. This tutorial will show how to create a 2D model for an entity. To create a model file within the Models folder, right-click on that folder and select New Other. Then choose the SMEd category and Model 2D file type and click Next to continue. Now enter the file name for the new model and click Finish. The Model 2D editor window automatically opens. Note that the Explorer tree context is set to the new model and the images palette is populated. The Models and Entities palettes are not populated because they're not used by the Model 2D editor. The editor itself consists of a toolbar across the top of a graphical view. In the toolbar, you'll find a Select Points tool, an Add Points tool, an Erase Points tool, horizontal and vertical flipping tools, a background color selector, and an image zoom slider. To guide the creation of a 2D model for our Chuck entity, I'll first drag the desired entity image onto the editor. Model 2D models are composed of body parts, which in turn contain shapes. Let's start by creating the model's head. Right-click on the Model node in the Explorer tree and select Add Body Part. A body part node is added to the model. I'll rename this to Head, and add a circle shape by right-clicking on the body part and selecting Add Circle. The new circle shape must be repositioned and resized to align with the entity's head. Do this using the Select tool. I'll use polygons for the body. First, add a new body part, then add a polygon shape. Notice that when body is selected, its shapes are editable, but the head's shapes are not. The editor restricts edits to a single selected body part at a time. Before you can edit a shape, you must first select the body part containing that shape. By selecting the polygon node in the Explorer tree, the entire polygon is selected in the editor. You can then drag and reposition the polygon using the Select tool. You can also group select points by clicking on the background and dragging a rectangular selector. You can add additional points to the polygon by using the Add Points tool. Box2D by default enforces a limit of 8 points per polygon. SMEd also enforces this maximum, showing points in red if a polygon is not valid. Be careful not to create any concave polygons. Box2D requires that all polygons be convex. Next, I'll repeat the process and create another polygon for the entity's legs. The last thing to do is to verify that the desired properties are set. Note that the shape nodes are assigned some default values for density, friction, and restitution. These are used by the physics engine. Now that I have a model, I can add it to the Chuck entity I created in the previous tutorial. Open the entity editor, then drag the new model onto the editor window. This entity now has an assigned image and model. Select the entity in the Explorer tree, then open the Properties editor to see these properties. One property I want to add here is body type, referring to the Box2D physics body. This can be static, dynamic, or kinematic. Note that the SMEd's use of physics will be covered in the next tutorial. And save the entity. The final thing to do is to add this entity to my map. Open the map editor, then drag the Chuck entity onto the scene. I'll also delete the older Guy entity since it's no longer needed. This completes the 2D model tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'll take a look at physics.